they are in a spread. So here we have the card of justice. The card of justice is a woman that is sitting in, we can call it a bench, a throne. And this woman has a crown with a stone in the middle that symbolizes the activation of the third eye. And then we have, besides that, a veil that is purple. The purple veil indicates transmutation, transformation, enlightenment, growth, spiritual growth. And behind that, we have a yellow background, which is a very active mind, very rational mind, versus, for example, when we have a card that has a blue background, we are talking about emotions, about subjective perception. Hello, one love. While here is pretty much a very rational mind. We have two pillars. The two pillars always talk about the balance between the feminine and the masculine energy, even though they are both gray. Both gray means that this is something that takes time to develop, like it takes time to develop this balance. And we have the red hair, the red dress. The red dress means action. Every time you see in traditional tarot, the color red means action. Of course, we have the artistic tarot, which is what you see when I do the oracles. That is the new tarot, like it's a new style of tarot, but these are traditionals, okay? We have the rider, there are many, Marseille, etc. So the red means action, like even though she's sitting, she's ready to act. And the green cape means that she is actually looking her action, and her underdress is green as well. Her actions are looking forward to have a result in the long run. Green means stability in the long run. Okay, so for example, when we see forest, let's say this person, let's see, when we see forest in the cards means something that is long lasting, that is for the future, for the future generations that are coming. Okay, and then the crown is open, and when the crown is open, it means that she's receiving information from divine. And the yellow hair is that her mind is also active and she has experience in what she is dealing with. And the sword and the balance. The sword is the mind, the word, the she's a straightforward person in the way she says things. She has a very clear mind. She has a very clear truth. And she balances, in the other hand, with her words and her actions. This card is called Justice. And Justice comes as an 11 after the 10th. This is the card of destiny, and this is the card of justice. This is called the Wheel of Fortune. These cards represent, like in the order, like you gotta meet your destiny, and based on your reaction to the destiny that you are facing, you are going to pay a price and consequences. What are the price and consequences that you are willing to pay for your actions? It's not a negative card, on the contrary, but it's a card that talks about the person who understands when things start, like you gotta pay a price, good evening, for your actions. You got to pay a price. Now, that price can be positive. The reward of your actions can be positive or negative. That will depend on it. Now, I want you to look at something very interesting. Her hair and her crown, and behind her mind we have the transmutation, the purple, the spiritual, and the third eye active. What this means is what we think, we speak, the sword, and what we speak, it becomes a habit, and the habit becomes destiny. So what is karma? So we will talk about karma now. Okay? What is karma? What is your understanding of karma? What have you heard that is karma? What did you read? Did you hear that is the meaning of karma? Because many people have a negative understanding of karma, but karma is just simply a payback. Now, some people divided karma or dharma. Karma is, if we go specific, is those things that we are paying back, or the exams we are repeating because we didn't understand the meaning of it. We didn't understand the meaning of the action that we are doing. Okay? So, what goes around comes around. Exactly. So, karma is actually in the month of November, and in the month, not November, in the month of Scorpio, which is between October and November, and in the month of Virgo, which is between August and September, we have 2 seasons of the year in which we clear karma. Okay? And the karma, it's based, our actions are based on beliefs and repeated habits that become realities. So if we want to avoid the karma, if we want to avoid being in a situation of karmic situation, we gotta learn to simply re-evaluate our mindset and beliefs. What is your belief? So I'm gonna suggest here an exercise. Think of a situation that is annoying you for some time and is repetitive. It can be a situation that you are going through a relationship. It's a situation that you can be going through at work or with your family, with friends. Okay, it's a situation that doesn't go off. That maybe it might improve temporarily by, seconds, minutes, but then it's like something that you're stuck with in your life. Something that, for example, like you attract the same kind of partners all the time, all the partners are the same, or that your relationship with your family just stays the same. Okay, think about it. And it's a situation that you would like to change. Okay, it's a situation that you would like to change. Okay, now, if it's a situation that you would like to change, how can you change that situation? The first thing is to understand what put you, use your mind, your criteria that put you in that situation to start with. How did you get into that situation? So we are going to get the tarot to give us a collective reading of, think of that situation okay, that you want to get rid of. For example, your attitude in love, the situations that you have with your family, your financial situation. Okay, what is it? Think about something. And then let's ask the tarot, what is the reason? Let's use the sword to guide us, the sword of the justice, to go to the core of it. What is the reason that I am into that situation? What is the thing that put me in that situation? So let's get 4 cards. You can choose 1, 2, 3, or 4. One, two, three, or 4. You need to think of the situation that you are asking about and then ask, what is the reason that I am in this situation? 1, 2, 3, or 4. You have a problem, you have a situation, you want to understand what is the reason why you put yourself in that situation. So we will get 1, 2, 3, or 4. So we start number 4. Okay, not 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay, number 1, card number 1, it's the card of finances, family, stability, growth, financial growth. For those that chose card number 1, my understanding is that you are into this situation because of your views, your management of your finances, the management or your views on family, on your views on stability, or your necessity to reach an stability, and you did it from a perspective of fear of not having this. The card of fulfillment, of security, because this is a card that is not only about finances, it's not about money, it's about family as well. So that is the origin of your situation. Or we can be talking about the pattern that you saw back home, the pattern of relationships that you got from your home, the pattern of management, if it's like financial situation or work, is something that is related to the pattern that you saw back home in your family. But there is this energy behind of searching this stability. And because of the search of this stability, you are in those situations that gets repeated again and again, and you don't know how to get out of it. Okay. Number 2, we have here the Tower. And the Tower is instability. So what this card is telling me is that the situation you are in right now in your life is due to instability, intermittent, or attaching to something so badly that it had to break, like you didn't accept the changes that life bring you, that you didn't accept the natural patterns of life, that life is about change and transformation. And there are 2 options here. Either you are a person who's not stable and you are intermittent person, or you are a person who is attaching so much to security that things need to be taken away from you by force, kind of thing. But there is this energy of instability or attachment to what it is and not going with the processes. This is number 2. With regards number 3, Card number 3, those who chose card number 3, you are a person who is in a hanging situation. So the situation you are in is because you are hanging to it. You are hung into this situation. You are waiting for the right moment for it to happen. You're waiting for the right moment, or you are dreaming that that right moment comes. Okay, and that makes it very difficult for you to let go because you are attaching to it from your dream world into that situation, whatever it is. Okay, so it's like you are attached to it. I do feel here in number 3 in a spiritual component, something like connected to the soul, you know, maybe something that comes from past lives or family trees. Like there is something beyond the physicality that is making you hang into this situation. Okay, now number 4, emotions. You are in the situation that you are because probably you are not learning how to manage your emotions. Either you're very cold or overwhelming with your emotions, and that unbalance is keeping you in the situation that you are. So you have the situation in mind and we know the source of it. Did it resonate with you? Or do you have any question about the card that you got? Or you want to clarify more? From 1 to 4. The question was, what is the reason that I am in the situation that I am, that I would like to get rid of the situation? And I don't know how to, or I don't know how to move on from this situation. Did it answer? So we are going to ask now, three. Okay, did it resonate as to? Yeah. With number 4, it got to do with emotions. Number 4, it got to do with emotions. Emotions, this king is a person who is very connected to his emotions. And what that means is that he has a very good management. Now remember the question, what is the reason? Why am I stuck into a particular situation that you have in your life? Why am I into this situation and I don't know how to get out of it? That was the question. And then this card came up to say your emotions. So probably there is either a lack of emotional intelligence because I am giving the back to my emotions, or I overdo with my emotions. And in both cases, that lack of balance and knowledge of my emotions and management is keeping me in a situation stuck. That was the meaning of number 4. Now, let's continue with the same question. And now with the same situation that you are thinking about, remember we are talking about a situation related to karma, and is something that is repetitive in my life and I don't know how to get rid of it. Like for example, if in a reading I get that this is the reason for the situation, it's something related to karma. Now it has many meanings. I mean, you can be going through a legal situation with the justice, blah, blah, blah. But we are talking here therapeutical. Now, let's continue. There is no number 5. Let's continue with the same question, okay? Which is, why am I in this situation? And we already know the cause. And let's ask to the oracle, what should we do in order, what is that I have to take into consideration? What do I have to take into consideration in order to understand my current situation? Okay, what is it that I have? Can I still hug there or let go about 3? I didn't understand the question asked to. We are going to ask now, maybe that will give you more information. What do I need to bring to my consciousness in order to understand this repetitive situation in my life? So stay with your same card. If you got number 1, it's number 1, number 2 is number 2, number 3 is number 3. No, don't change the number, okay? Because we are gonna get cards under these ones. So you already know your cards, 1, 2, 3, or 4, okay? So what is it that I have to bring to consciousness in order to understand better my situation? For number 1, what is it that I need to bring to consciousness in order to understand more my situation and how to get out of it? For number 2, what is it that I have to understand? Yeah, we will keep the same number because I continue with the same cards. So I'm going to read now both cards together. What is it that I need to understand for number 3 in order to get out of the situation that is repetitive? Wow, interesting. What is it that I need to understand in order to get out of that situation which is repetitive? For number 4. Wow, are we ready? All right. Number 1 was the card of stability. Number 1, people. You had the card of stability, family, finances, well-being, but finances from the perspective of stability and security. And that necessity is keeping you repeating a pattern again and again and again. Now they are telling you that you need to know that you can achieve and get out of this situation that is you are keeping stuck with, that is a karmic situation, by knowing that you can leave whatever it is that you are, for example, a relationship or job, whatever, where you're not happy and satisfied. Okay, for number 1, for example, you're in a job that you hate because of this fear. You are in a relationship that you hate because of this fear. You are in any situation, whatever it is, because you fear to lose this security. So they are telling you you can walk away from it, and you can walk away victorious because you have what it takes to do things different, but you don't know it. So you need to bring it to the consciousness that you're a person with talents, that you're a person that is talented, that you are a person that is awakened, that you're a person that is successful, that can have everything that it takes to get out of a situation that is making you miserable. Okay? You understood number 1, the meaning of it? Now let's see number 2. We are talking about the law of karma. And the original question is that you are in a repetitive situation, karmic situation, that you don't know how to get out of it. And then the cards told the people that chose number 2, it talks about instability. But I understand with the second card that more than instability is like you are highly attached to something. And because you are highly attached to it, life has to come and break your structures in order to get you out of it. And so they are telling you that you bring I love the Scorpio one. You know, I'm in a Scorpio mode, black. So they are telling you that in order to get out of this situation, number two, you gotta release. You gotta let go. You gotta be generous. I feel that for number two people, you are very attached to a situation. You are like, hooked into a situation with number two. And then life comes and makes those sudden shakes in your life that you fall down of the structure. And what you gotta bring to your consciousness is that you need to learn to let go and be generous and release. Let's see what is for number three. Is resonating for number two. Now let's move to number three. As to that you were asking more about number three. For number three, where the card was like you are in a karmic situation because you are hanging into it. It's a kind of an attachment, which is like you put yourself in the tree out there. And they are telling you, maybe you are even making the situation stuck, because I feel it's a situation that is not moving forward. Contrary to number two, where the situation is falling apart. For number three, the situation is not moving forward because they are telling you gotta let go. Similar to this, look. But the difference here is follow guidance. Yes, you're spiritually connected. I feel that for number three, there is something spiritual around the situation. Intuition, dreams, like there is something spiritual in it. Like I can feel it from the cards. And they are telling you, you're guided. Let go. Go with the flow. Live day by day. Accept what it is as it is. Continue your path. And you're going to receive that what you want. Now, that what you want can be that situation or a different one. It doesn't matter. It's going to make you happy. Instead of hanging and waiting, because I feel that number two is stuck to it and they are shaking it. And, number three is like hanging and waiting. Hanging and waiting. Let's see what is for number four. For number four, we talk about emotional contain of emotions. And that what you need to bring to consciousness is the Empress. I feel with this card that many of the number three people are very emotional about something, about that which is a karmic thing. And you need to here activate your magnetic energy of attraction rather than being overwhelming with your emotions. And also you need to activate more your enjoyment. Because I feel that with this card being the issue, we are talking about somebody who is extremely overwhelmed by his emotions or her emotions. So you need to connect more with the enjoyment rather than the suffering of the emotions. Okay? Is it clear for all of you? Let's continue with the same reading, so we are not going to change the number. Remember your number 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay? And then I am doing collective reading now about the question is the karmic situation in your life that is repetitive, that you want to understand the reason and the why and how to get out of it. So we already had the reason. We already have what we need to bring to the consciousness. I mean, like what is hidden for us that we don't know about it. And now we know it. And then let's ask what is going to happen in this situation in my life. Okay? Let's ask that. Let's ask for the future of that situation. Now, I want to ask you, are you aware of what you need to make conscious? But need to make conscious, I mean, is something that was hidden within you. Now, through the card, you understand that more. So for example, number one, you need to know that you are successful, and you need to know that you have the strength, what it takes to get out of that situation. Just give it back and move on. Number two, you need to release, let go. Number three, you also as well, you need to release, but it was a different release, like you need to continue your path and let life guide you. And number four, you need to connect more with the enjoyment. Now, let's see what is going to happen for you in that situation that we consider karmic, because it's something that is not flowing. It's something that is not going in the direction that you want, because it's evidently something that you haven't learned how to manage. Therefore, it's already karmic, for the simple fact. Thank you, Astro. So let's gonna ask, what is going to happen in that situation? So keep the number in mind. What is going to happen for situation number one? Let me write down the names when I'm doing the readings for Yui. Okay. So once I finish the collective, I can do your reading. Well, what is this situation bringing for me? What is going to happen the near future of this situation? How beautiful that butterfly. Thank you. What is that situation? What is going to happen in that situation in my life? For number two, what is going to happen in that situation? How beautiful. What is going to come in that situation? For number three. Number four, what is going to happen in that situation? I feel that number four people ask about something romantic. Maybe number two as well. So number one, what is going to happen? So we already talked about the two first cards. And the third card is like you're going to shine. You're going to connect to your creative power that will show you that you are totally capable of achieving everything you dream of and want to. So there is nothing to fear, because you're going to succeed in that. Okay, so that is what is going to happen for number one. For number two, you're going to have an offer that is going to please your heart. Let go of that thing that you're attached to, and love is going to come to you. Love, or a situation that brings love for you. Thank you, I love it. Love, not only from a partner, love in your life, emotional abundance. Number three, I got two cards because I needed to have a confirmation. That is very important, that you let go and you flow with the destiny. Okay, and then what you need to do, okay, flower show, blessed lady. Let me write down the name so it doesn't happen to me that I miss anybody. Flower, bloom. Okay, and Tete, love you. Okay, I have a list here, girls. First I'm gonna do Yui, then Blessed Lady, then Tete, okay? Number three, that what is telling me here is you're gonna have, once you do this flow, you're gonna follow a path of self-embracing. I feel in number one a sort of a codependency into a situation. That's why they are telling you to release it. And that release is gonna take you to embrace yourself, to love yourself. A codependency, because if you ask, even for example, for a situation at work or whatever, that there is a fear that's why you're hanging waiting for something to change. And they are telling you release and focus on yourself. What is going to happen is that when you release, you're going to focus on yourself. And number four, this is who chose number four. I wonder if this is a love situation, because for many of you, because I see here that once you connect to the feminine energy of manifesting and attracting and waiting and controlling your emotion stuff, I see here love. What is gonna come for you is loving elections that evoke love in your life, elections that bring happiness in your life. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the collective readings. Let me first do the readings for here our friends, the personal readings of Yui, Blessed Lady, and Tetai. Okay, so I'm gonna start with Yui. Excellent. December 2, like somebody else here. Okay, Yui, what is your question? That is your question? Tell me,